Just want to make sure everybody can hear. Want to make sure everybody can hear. Okay.
Suddenly we hear he's got a third videotape, right? Lo and behold, all I can tell you is what I know so far and what I've been told so far. There's one tape. Okay? And where is all this other stuff that he was talking to the media about? I mean, remember, he was taped when he went to Nike. That was one of the issues that he's in trouble for.
Right.
And when he was talking to them in Nike, he basically said something to the effect of 90% of what I say is BS and 10% of it is true. And he included Rkelly's name in that statement. Okay?
Okay.
Red flag, red flag, red flag. So here's an individual who may have, you know, the smoking gun, let's say, in Robert's case, a video of what he claims, you know, is illegal acts. The same guy is saying that 90% of what he says is true and, is false, and 10% is true. That should be really scary. That Kim Fox, because that's my understanding from reading everything, is that she actually met with Avenatii at the airport, is what the reports say, to get the tape from him. And that is ultimately how the tape came to the prosecutor's office. Now, not to mention, I skipped this part, CNN reports that they saw the tape. You know what that means? That means that Avenatii must have given them the tape. That's what they're saying. And I find that insane, because that's called disseminating child porn. You cannot, not only can you not watch it, but as a lawyer, we can't, frankly, as any person, not just a lawyer, but a lawyer should know better. You cannot that tape goes nowhere but to the police.
Right.
Somehow this tape is given to the prosecutor, and then that is what they're saying they've based some of the charges on.
So do you think that would be your opinion, he's using this to deflect off of what he's going through?
So, great point, Bushman. I don't think the way a master manipulator thinks. That's not the way I think. So I would simply be making assumptions if I had to tell you what exactly and why exactly he's doing what he's doing. But I can tell you that, first of all, we haven't seen the video, which is insane, right? I mean, if this is what they're claiming this is all about, we should be part of that or able to go into the prosecutor's office and at least just watch it there as lawyers.
Yes.
But, I don't know what Mr. Avenatii's motives are, nor, frankly, may we ever find out. But what I do know is all of those are facts that we all know about. And all of those certainly hinge on, is that a legitimate tape? Is it not? Are there 2 other random tapes floating out there that he claims? And again, this is a fact that was put out in the media, that the tape came from a man who was watching he was looking through his VHS tapes, and all of a sudden he found he ended up watching this tape. And then that tape from him was turned over to Avenatii. Okay, to add to it, right, supposedly after obviously some time passes, we learned from the media that that original man who found the VHS tape was paid to turn over this tape to supposedly Nichole Avenatii. Okay?
Hey.
I mean,
I'm wondering, why did he have the tape in the first place?
Exactly. Like, first of all, VHS, no offense, but that went out I don't know how long ago. listen,
I can't find a VHS player that will work when I try to like watch old tapes.
Sure.
Find like old footage of me doing something, interviewing somebody.
Sure.
I can't find whether it either chews it up or it just doesn't do anything.
So this guy has got this VHS tape that he just found happenstance thing, which is insane, but okay. And then, wow, look, it happens to be the exact tape that he turns over to Avenatii, and then he moves on. I mean, listen, if you want to put this in a bow and say Robert's guilty, it's very easy to just listen and take in everything that we're hearing in the media.
Right. But
I'm here and I am representing Robert because there is another side to the story. Now, listen, I'm not, if there's a tape and if a tape exists and if the tape has these things that they're claiming it has, listen, I get it. That's a different story, but I can't tell you that that's happening or that's what is going on because I haven't seen it. So it's just interesting, though, if you really pull everything apart, open everyone's eyes to the other options or other things that could be going on. I mean, listen, we live here in Michigan, right?
Right.
So we're not like in the California spotlight or the New York spotlight. I mean, we're, granted, Detroit's amazing and we're really up and coming. But there really is such a thing as the media taking people down.
Yeah.
And, without being able to have a voice.
Yeah. Tell it, Nichole.
Right.
And
you gotta remember, there's a reason why we're in America.
And what messes me up about this whole thing is, like Nichole is saying, Robert is in a fight with the media. And this is why you see so many on YouTube attacking Robert. You see them coming out the bushes with all these different channels. They come into the bloggers that's for Rkelly, come in their comments, disrespect them, call them out their name, try to get them arrested. Then they go over to, I'm guessing, his main thing, and he sees the same thing that I put you. I don't got no reason to just come up here and just tell the supporters things and confuse everybody. No, we got to stay on track and tell the truth. And for a lot of us that attended that court date and listened to that court date, we knew that, oh goodness. And again, yeah, we knew that black guy and he was full of crap. Full of crap. Okay, so let me make sure. I'm going to take this back a little bit more, and then I'm going to end this for people who want to come back and listen.
I mean, he's sort of been painted as a monster, right?
So, like I said,
this guy who just takes advantage of.
Now we know that the guy that Gloria Allred was representing, posts his picture again. Now, like Nichole said, this guy, which he's from Philadelphia, that was in his basement, that claimed that he ran across a table with Rkelly on it. Nichole said, and we're going to just say allegedly over here, that he was paid to give the tape up to Nichole Avenatii. And then we remember, Nichole Avenatii went on CNN and told them he had 3 tapes. CNN stated they seen the tape. And like Nichole said, that's a crime. How did they sit back and just watch porn if it is porn like they was saying, minors? But they never said that at that court case. They never told them lawyers that it was a football field full of child porn. Because if that was the case, they would have been added extra charges. So you gotta make stuff make sense sometimes. You got to. So at the end of the day, we're going to finish this and we're going to let Nichole keep bringing the truth, not the juice, because the juice is too damn messy. Shout out to Black CEO.
Kids and we saw Gail King where he was,
very emotional,
very yes,
very just like, I don't know, that kind of like touched me. I was like, okay, what is going on? Part of me is like, okay, he seems very passionate and emotional about what's going on. Then there's that fear for Kid Gail. What is he about to do? And yeah, he left, I think, a lot of people wondering.
Absolutely. Now listen, Bushman, imagine the world literally is coming down around you, literally. And you don't have the ability really to fight it off. And it is a very big thing. The media is a very, very big player in a lot of people's lives who are in the spotlight or even not in the spotlight.
Media manipulation.
So when Robert was there with Gail, my belief in watching that was, and now knowing Robert like I know him, that was like his cry. That was his, men aren't supposed to be emotional and cry. I think it had been so bottled up in him for so long that was like, he's like, please, he was desperate at that point for the world to understand where he was coming from. Right. So I think there's a lot of misconceptions. I can't tell you how many times I see on the radio show or hear on a radio show or see on TV, he's explosive. Did he act like that when you were with him? Which meant whenever I'm with him, he happens to be, and I don't know if you've met him, but he happens to be a really nice guy.
I met him years ago, back when it was Rkelly and Public Announcement.
Got it. Okay. So he's a nice guy. I mean, he must be doing something right to have millions and millions of people that come. And I get it. They love his music. Okay. But if he's not a respected guy, no one's going to be coming around you. If you're controversial, no one's going to be coming to see you. He's been on millions of stages with tons of fans around him. And when I'm with him, like I said, I'm not starstruck, so I'm not a fan, but we go deep when we talk. Okay. And I've never seen an explosive side of him. Now, obviously I'm his lawyer. I get it. There's a respect factor there. It's a different relationship. But usually those kind of people who I have dealt with in my life several times, they have breaks where you see a little like, oh, geez. Okay, now I know what the media is talking about. I haven't seen that. In fact, I've seen a man who is, and I hate to use this word because I know it's going to be scrutinized, but he's suffering. Now, I know I'm not asking for sympathy for him because, everyone's got to man up. But he is slowly being uplifted by the support that he has from his fans. He's actually produced about somewhere now between 7 to 9 albums because he's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, that was a question from Brittany. Brittany, who I know is a huge Rkelly fan. Anytime he would come to town, always would be asking me, can I get tickets to going to the show, blah, 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 blah. She was asking on Facebook, when will this be over? We need new music.
I couldn't agree with her more. And I bet Robert would say, thank you, hallelujah. Yes, actually, Robert is... That's his thing. We all have something that we go to when we need to just sort of space out. Mine is reality TV, which my husband I'm sure loves. But so his is music. That's his passion. It's not his job, it's his passion.
Right.
So what he does and what he's been doing this whole time is recording some insane music. Because everyone knows that this man has this talent for singing and putting out great hits. So So the world knows he is working on that. And not only is he working on it, he is doing it. He has come up with a bunch of albums already.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to have, I don't want to say too much, but the public will be able to hear those songs and, really enjoy what the lovers know is amazing music.
So let me ask you this, because I've gotten this question a lot, and someone did want me to ask you this. So it came out that Robert does not know how to read. But other people were asking, if he does not know how to read, how is he writing music?
So that's what's so crazy. So two things about that. First, he does have some literacy issues.
Mm-hmm.
But I've watched them, and I know he's read texts that I send him all the time,
mm-hmm.
okay? But he is such a musical genius.
Mm-hmm.
He taught himself at a very young age how to play the piano. He does it all by his ear and his brain, and he writes music. It's beautiful. He doesn't need to read to write music. It comes from within him or from what he's seen in life. There's a million different ways he comes up with the songs, and
mm-hmm.
you just have.
So to debunk that other lie, when people was out here saying that Robert don't know how to read at all, well, you clearly hear his lawyer say he can read some of her texts he used to read. But of course, you had people out here lying, saying he got a translator that just spell it out for him and all that. No, she said he's not all the way illiterate. It's some stuff he can read and some stuff he can't. So by him not finishing school, it's probably more of the harder words or words that he doesn't recognize, but more of the elementary words, most likely he can recognize.
To be a genius in that area.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So now there's a big controversy about text messages, emails exchanged with the prosecutor and the other attorney you were talking about earlier.
Avenatii.
Yes. What is going on with that?
So currently, as of today, there's nothing going on
mm-hmm.
other than we now have the abilities to sort of look at the way this whole thing unfolded and try and make sense of it. Because we know that the Lifetime thing aired, the first show.
And there's now
there's the follow-up.
The follow-up.
Yep. So the Lifetime thing airs. Kim Fox goes on TV asking for victims to call in and come to talk to her, which we could go on for hours about that.
Right.
Because that is simply just, I've never seen that done. Typically, a victim goes through the police department,
mm-hmm.
and once they're at the police department, there's an investigation done, and
right.
then that request for a warrant is sent over to the prosecutor's office. And sure, the police might go on TV and say, hey, if anyone else has seen anyone rob a store like this, or if anyone else knows anyone else was involved in this robbery, please call us. That's the police department.
Right.
For an actual prosecutor to, for lack of a better word, solicit people to come in, not having a report from anyone locally in Chicago, that procedure was something that was bizarre. Okay, so she does that, right? After that, we hear that there's a number of people that call, and then they start investigating.
And there's one that's locally.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get to the local one in a sec.
Okay.
So these people start calling, right? And then we find this Nichole Avenatii, who, for lack of better words, he is this self-proclaimed, big defense attorney. He's got the high-profile cases and stuff. People like to listen to him, and he talks, and he's not afraid to talk. But unfortunately, his talking and doing has gotten him in a lot of trouble. He is currently indicted in another state But the indictment, the charges of like embezzlement and so forth, that those are proof, those are facts that he is charged with some crimes that are notorious for being a liar, right? Not perhaps, although he hasn't been tried yet, perhaps he wasn't telling the truth about a lot of stuff, right? So now you come back to our timeline, right? Avenatii, after the request for the victims to come in, now Avenatii is saying, I got a videotape, right? And he's swearing the videotape is a different videotape from the 2002 matter. Not only does he say he has a videotape, then he says he's got a second videotape. Then all of a sudden we hear he's got a third videotape, right? Lo and behold, all I can tell you is what I know so far and what I've been told so far. There's one tape. Okay? And where is all this other stuff that he was talking to the media about? I mean, remember, he was taped when he went to Nike. That was one of the issues that he's in trouble for.
Right.
And when he was talking to them in Nike, he basically said something to the effect of 90% of what I say is BS and 10% of it is true. And he included Rkelly's name in that statement. Okay?
Okay.
Red flag, red flag, red flag. So here's an individual who may have, the smoking gun, let's say, in Robert's case, a video of what he claims, is illegal acts. The same guy is saying that 90% of what he says is true and, is false, and 10% is true. That should be really scary. That Kim Fox, because that's my understanding from reading everything, is that she actually met with Avenatii at the airport, is what the reports say, to get the tape from him. And that is ultimately how the tape came to the prosecutor's office. Now, not to mention, I skipped this part, CNN reports that they saw the tape. You know what that means? That means that Avenatii must have given them the tape. That's what they're saying. And I find that insane.
Me too.
Because that's called disseminating child porn.
Exactly.
You cannot, not only can you not watch it, but as a lawyer, we can't, frankly, as any person, not just a lawyer, but a lawyer should know better. You cannot that tape goes nowhere but to the police.
Right.
Somehow this tape is given to the prosecutor, and then that is what they're saying they've based some of the charges on.
So do you think that would be your opinion? He's using this to deflect off of what he's going through? So great point, Bushman. I don't think the way a master manipulator thinks. That's not the way I think. So I would simply be making assumptions if I had to tell you what exactly and why exactly he's doing what he's doing. But I can tell you that, first of all, we haven't seen the video, which is insane, right? I mean, if this is what they're claiming this is all about, we should be part of that or able to go into the prosecutor's office and at least just watch it there as lawyers. Yes.
But, I don't know what Mr. Avenatii's motives are, nor, frankly, may we ever find out. But what I do know is all of those are facts that we all know about. And all of those certainly hinge on, is that a legitimate tape? Is it not? Are there 2 other random tapes floating out there that he claims? Yeah. And again, this is a fact that was put out in the media, that the tape came from a man who was watching he was looking through his VHS tapes, and all of a sudden he found he ended up watching this tape. And then that tape from him was turned over to Avenatii. Okay. To add to it, right, supposedly after obviously some time passes, we learned from the media that that original man who found the VHS tape was paid to turn over this tape to supposedly Nichole Avenatii. Okay? Hey. I mean,
I'm wondering, why did he have the tape in the first place?
Exactly. Like, first of all, VHS, no offense, but that went out, I don't know how long ago. Listen,
I can't find a VHS player that will work when I try to like watch old tapes.
Sure.
Find like old footage of me doing something, interviewing somebody.
Sure.
I can't find whether it either chews it up or it just doesn't do anything.
So this guy has got this VHS tape that he just found happenstancely, which is insane, but okay. And then, wow, look, it happens to be the exact tape that he turns over to Avenatii, and then he moves out. I mean, listen, if you want to put this in a bow and say Robert's guilty, it's very...
So, I'm pretty sure everybody heard it. I'm pretty sure you heard all the facts. And that's what we're going to keep bringing, is the facts. It's been so many narratives that's been put out, and now you hear the lawyer, Nichole, debunking them all. And like she said, if you listen to my last live that I just ended, and also that Robert Sylvester Kelly has some die-hard fans that are really truly sticking behind him. Okay? And like I said, I don't care who or what anybody say. The distraction's been going on for too long to distract people from what was really going on and what really was being said. There was rumors it was a football field full of child porn and that they asked for the lawyers to come down and see it. But isn't that a crime? Okay? So at the end of the day, isn't it a crime for allegedly them paying this guy from Philadelphia to pay him to give Avenatti's allegedly paying for the tape so it can get to him. Then when he went to CNN, he had those tapes. So it was all this three tapes. It's one tape. And like she said, they still have not brought no attention to the lawyers about this alleged one tape that they had. And it doesn't make any sense for an officer of the court to not see through this and see that Avenatii was sending these tapes to CNN first. Why? For media manipulation. Why? For publicity. And then we come to find out he was extorting Nike the whole time and threatening them that he will go online and say what he got to say. It's not fair. It's not fair. 420, 422. Okay, 134. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this up for people that want to go back and review it, since it's already at 31:38. So again, everybody stay focused. We're going to open the panel up tomorrow because I know it's kind of late for some of you. So I won't open it this late. Thank you everybody who was in the last live and also in this one as well. I'll repost this back on my main page. Please, you guys, do your research, fact check first. Don't just let these different bloggers and different people keep bringing up false information when now Nichole has came out and debunked so many lies. And also I want to say, continue to support Robert. If you want to send him anything through Western Union, all you have to do is go to my main page and go under my last videos last month, and it will show you how you can download the Western Union if you want to send Robert Sylvester Kelly any money. And I believe you can use the postal money orders as well. But you just have to put the amount, and just when you signing into the Western Union, you'll enter Robert Sylvester Kelly's name and his jail number from the jail, which is 09. Make sure I have it for you guys. I'll post that real fast. Okay, I think I have it on this one. I believe I do. Okay, yeah. Which Robert jail number is 09627-035. Again, that's 09627-035. And then you have to make sure you are sending it to the FBOP, which is the Federal Bureau of Prisons, not the BOP. Make sure you're sending it to the FBOP, the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and it walks you through everything. Okay, so please, everybody, support Robert's song, support Robert. Always remember, rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. And always remember, drama does not just walk into your life. Either you create it, invite it, or associate with it. So please, everybody, stay focused. We have to stay on the mission to bring awareness about Robert Sylvester Kelly and him being set up. That is our goal. We will continue to support this man. We will continue to uplift this man, and don't let nothing or no one come in between us. Talking to all the real R. Kelly supporters. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a productive day. See you later.
Red's not supposed to be green, like faith's not supposed to be seen. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground, and a square's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun, and a two is not supposed to be a one, and the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton, and forever's not supposed to be done. Winter's not supposed to come in June, and I am not supposed to have the blues. There are so many things that are not supposed to be, except you and me. Many things there are so many things there are so that I'm not supposed to be. Things there are so baby, except you and me. Night's not supposed to be long, and no one is supposed to be alone. Understanding is not supposed to be confused, and the wind is not supposed to lose. Like fire's not supposed to freeze, or like joy is not supposed to grieve. Like you are not supposed to leave what I said I'm not supposed to mean. He's not supposed to have your heart. Maybe we are not supposed to be apart. There are so many things that are not supposed to be said. You and me. There are so many things that I'm not supposed to be. Hey, baby. It seems just like no seasons changing, on this earth with no creation, no heart with no feelings, or a sickness without healing. Just like a frozen spring, or bird with no wings. Just like a song out of key, that's how my life would be. Like the night skies with no stars, a lonely road, no home and never walks in the park. That's how it would be if we were apart. There are so many things, yeah, except love. So many things that are not supposed to be. Like having nowhere to breathe. Like having nowhere to breathe. Like having no right for the sea. There are so many things that not supposed to be. Not supposed to be. Except you and me, babe. Yeah, yeah, babe. Yeah, except you and me.
Please, everybody, support Robert Sylvester Kelly. Please, everybody, stay focused. Thank you for joining. Have a productive day, everybody.